Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the exciting world of Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains, the upcoming card-based RPG that's about to take the gaming community by storm. If you're a fan of the gripping storyline and intense battles from the Tokyo Ghoul's anime and manga, you're in for a treat. In this game, you'll follow the original narrative while immersing yourself in beautifully stylized battles that are all about tactics and strategy. The characters are the heart of the combat system, and you'll get to summon them through the unique recruit system. Sounds amazing, right? Now, let's talk characters. In Break the Chains, you'll have a chance to bring your favorite ghouls and investigators to life, each with their own special abilities and playstyles. Whether you want to wreak havoc with Kaneki or use the cunning tactics of Tuka, the possibilities are endless. The recruitment system adds an extra layer of excitement, allowing you to build a team that truly fits your playstyle. So, grab your cards, prepare your strategies, and get ready to break some chains. Let's jump right into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking characters in Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Nishiro Yasushisa, Noro, and Corona Yasushisa. Alright, let's dive into the fascinating world of characters in Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains. Today, we're highlighting some of the B-tier characters that you definitely want to keep an eye on. They might not be at the top of the tier list, but they pack a punch with their unique skills and abilities that can turn the tide of battle in your favor. First up, we have Nishiro Yasuhisa, an SSR rarity character with the speed attribute. Nishiro is not just a pretty face, her active skill lets her deal a whopping 390% damage to her target, while also stunning them for one turn. Talk about a double whammy. And her passive ability, Damage Boost, ramps up the damage you deal by 4% for every debuff on the target, capping at 16%. So, if you've got a strategy that focuses on debuffs, Nishiro can really shine in those scenarios. She's a great asset to any team looking to maximize damage while keeping foes at bay. Next on our list is the formidable Noro. Also an SSR rarity character with the speed attribute, Noro has a knack for preemptive strikes. His active skill allows him to unleash a 265% attack damage to all enemies, which is fantastic for clearing waves of foes. What's even cooler is that if any enemy is above 70% HP, his damage output increases by 20%. That makes Noro a great choice for initiating battles or punishing enemies before they can strike back. Plus, with his passive ability, Retaliation, he nullifies damage exceeding 30% of his HP and counters with a hefty 180% attack damage. If you love a character that fights back when they're hit, Noro is your guy. Now, let's talk about Corona Yasuhisa, another SSR rarity character who shares the speed attribute. Corona's active skill mirrors Nishiro's with a solid 390% damage output, but she adds her twist by increasing the damage dealt by 10. The best part, this boost can stack up to 3 times. This means Corona can become a damage-dealing monster if you play your cards right. And just like Nishiro, she has her own version of the damage boost passive that increases damage by 4% for every debuff on herself, up to 16%. So, if you want to turn self-debuffing into a strength, Corona's your go-to character. All in all, these B-tier characters may not be the absolute best in the game, but they bring a lot of value to the table with their unique skills and abilities. They can fit into various strategies, whether you're focusing on dealing damage, controlling the battlefield, or retaliating against enemies. Don't underestimate them just because they're in the B tier. They can surprise you in the right hands. So, when you're building your team, consider Nishiro, Noro, and Corona as fantastic options to help you navigate the challenges in Tokyo Ghoul. Break the chains, happy gaming! The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Kisho Arima, Shu Tsukiyama, Yukinori Shinohara, Iwao Kuroiwa, and Ayumu Hogi. Welcome back everyone, let's dive into some incredible A-tier characters from Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains. If you're looking to strengthen your roster, these SSR rarity characters are definitely worth checking out. They bring a mix of raw power and strategic abilities to your gameplay. So let's break down what makes each of them shine. First up, we have Kisho Arima. This guy is a powerhouse with his Psyche attribute. His active skill is just wild. He deals smite damage equal to a whopping 315% of his attack to all enemies, which means he completely ignores their defense and block chances. It's like a breath of fresh air for anyone tired of the usual damage calculations. But wait, there's more. His passive ability, Unyielding, is a game changer. When he takes fatal damage for the first time, he fixes himself at 1 HP and raises a shield to absorb all damage for 1 turn. And guess what? When your turn starts again, he receives a shield equal to 100% of the damage absorbed. Talk about resilience, right? Next, let's chat about Shu Tsukiyama. If you want a character that can both dish out damage and control the battlefield, Shu is your guy. With the strength attribute, his active skill lets him deal 400% damage to his target. But it doesn't stop there. He can also provoke the enemy for a turn, forcing them to attack him instead of your other characters. His passive ability, Group Shield, is where he really shines. If he's in a provoking stance and takes an active skill hit, he retaliates with 175% damage. That means he not only takes hits for his team, but gives them a taste of their own medicine. Now, let's move on to Yukinori Shinohara. This character, with his skill attribute, is perfect for those who love to debuff their enemies. His active skill deals damage equal to 400% of his attack. But what's truly interesting is his ability to apply Feeble to the target for 2 turns. This reduces the damage they deal by 20%, making him a fantastic support character. And don't underestimate his passive ability, Attack Defense Boost. When he casts a skill for the first time during your turn, all allied characters get a sweet 10% damage increase and a 10% damage reduction for 1 turn. It's like giving your team a quick boost when they need it most. Then we have Iwao Kuriwa, another powerhouse with the skill attribute. His active skill deals damage equal to 400% of his attack while also provoking the enemy for 1 turn. Sounds familiar, right? It's like Shu's twin, but Iwao brings his own flair with his passive ability shield. Whenever he enters or exits a provoking stance, he shields himself for 8% of his max HP for 1 turn. This makes him a sturdy frontline character who can take a beating while still dishing out damage. Finally, let's not forget about Ayumu Hogi. If you need someone speedy on your team, Ayumu is your go-to. His active skill deals 390% damage to the enemy, while granting a shield of 60% of that damage to all allies for 2 turns. That's an awesome way to protect your team while hitting hard. Plus, his passive ability, Basic Stats Boost, increases the base stats of allied CCG low rank and higher rank investigators by 5%. It's a small boost that can make a big difference in the long run. So, there you have it. A-tier characters in Tokyo Ghoul. Break the Chains are packed with abilities that can turn the tide of battle. Whether you're looking for damage dealers, tanks, or strategic support, these characters have you covered. Keep them in mind when building your team, and you'll be well on your way to dominating the game. Don't forget to share your experiences with these characters in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Uta, Toka Kirishima, Rize Kamishiro, Kotaro, Amon, and Ken Kaneki. Welcome back, everyone. Let's dive right into some of the most exciting characters you can find in Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains. Today, we're shining the spotlight on the S-tier characters that truly stand out from the crowd. So grab your favorite snacks, sit back, and let's explore these powerhouse ghouls. First up, we have Yuta. This SSR rarity character is all about speed, and trust me, he makes every turn count. Yuta's active skill is a game changer, boosting all his allies' skill levels and giving them an impressive 8% increase to their basic stats for 2 turns. That's right, teamwork makes the dream work, but it gets even better. When Uta finds himself as the lone survivor, his skills transform into a devastating attack that deals damage equal to 160% of his attack power times his skill level. Talk about a dramatic comeback. Now, let's move on to Toka Kirishima. This fierce SSR character is a strength attribute powerhouse. Her active skill deals a whopping 275% attack damage to her target while applying the chase buff to herself for 1 turn. If she manages to take down an enemy, she's not done yet. Thanks to her passive ability, Bonus Attack, she unleashes an additional 180% attack damage on the enemy with the lowest HP percentage. It's like having a backup plan ready to go, which makes her incredibly valuable in tight situations. Next, we have Rize Kamishiro, who brings the skill attribute to the table. Rize is all about damage and buffs. With her active skill, she can deal a staggering 390% attack damage while gaining a boost buff that increases her base stats by 10% for one turn. And her passive ability, simply called Boost, ensures that when Rize is buffed, she also increases her lifesteal rate by 15% and deals an additional 10% damage. So not only does she hit hard, but she can also keep herself in the fight longer. What a combo. Moving on to Kotaro Amon, another strength character who brings serious damage potential. His active skill deals a massive 400% blade damage to a target. But here's the twist, Amon's blade damage increases his crit rate by 1% for every 2% HP lost from the enemy. His passive, Penetration Boost, makes him even more of a team player. When he lands a critical hit, all allies receive a 6% increase in penetration rate for 2 turns. This effect can stack up to 2 times, making Amon a critical asset for any strategy. And let's not forget about Ken Kaneki, another SSR rarity character with speed. Kaneki deals weak damage that's equal to 410% of his attack. When he hits, he inflicts 2 stacks of weak on the enemy, making them much easier to take down. Plus, with his lifesteal boost passive ability, as long as Kaneki is above 70% HP, he gains Blood Rage and triples all lifesteal acquisition. This means he can sustain himself while dealing out damage. Talk about a deadly combination. So, there you have it, folks. These S-tier characters in Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains bring unique skills and strategies to the table, making them essential for any serious player. Whether you're looking for someone to support your team or to deal massive damage, this lineup has got you covered. Who's your favorite S-tier character? Let me know in the comments below. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.